Cheers, legends. Sammy from Short and Stout Beer Reviews. Just back with a spontaneous Sunday afternoon review. I was sitting outside in the sun. It was very, very nice. So I did a beer review earlier and I just wasn't feeling it. Didn't really feel like continuing on with any other beers. And then, just hanging outside, I'm like, I could go another beer now. So we've got one from One Drop, and they're out of Botany in Sydney, which is near the airport. They're known mainly for their fruit sours, but their hazies as well. They do some pretty good Westies also. This is called the Squeeze. It's a double IPA with Phantasm. So good old science in beer. 8.1%. And it's got the terpenes, which I've been really enjoying lately. Quite often you'll get that like real weedy character. And I'm not even a smoker, but it's just something I really enjoy. So it's got the Mega Terps, the Super Sauvon, the Mega Motueka, and then you've got some Amarillo and Citra Cryo. So it's got a fair bit going on. US and Kiwi hops. So they always have pretty cool artwork as well. I didn't actually realise there's a face in there. Cheers, Wilco. Good to see you, brother. So this one here I've been sitting on for a couple of weeks. I have actually tried it on tap at Carwin Sellers' birthday. I think they had it there, and it was pretty fresh there. So a couple of weeks this can. So let's pour it in, see how it goes. Hope everyone's having a good weekend. It's been very quiet on the tube of late. Not sure what's happening there. Cheers, Joshy. Good to see you, mate. So normally I prefer my terpene beers as Westies, but this is more of a hazy. It tends to work, in both, but I guess there are different sort of combinations of it as well. I think this is more of like a juicy one, so it looks the part in the glass. Very nice. It's like a bright orange, very vibrant, about a sort of 2-finger head. I would say medium to full body. And carbonation's pretty light. It's just got that smooth and creamy look to it. Cheers, Mustang and Tater. Good to see you, boys. Cheers, dude. Terpenes. It's the new thing in beer, and I've been really enjoying it. Like as I've said, I'm not a smoker, but just the characters you get from cannabis, like in beer, I really enjoy. And cheers, Tater. I seen you in Ken from Scotch Down Under's stream the other night. It's like, that's a familiar face. My posh glassware. Denver and Liley, collaboration with Carwin Sellers. It's been a very reliable glass, this one. Cheers, Stewie. Good to see you mangy mutt. So, it's good to see some people around. It's been very quiet. I thought, to be honest, going live at this time, there would be absolutely no one around. I thought maybe Wilco will be here because he's Aussie, and I was just talking to him in messages. But it's good to see some familiar faces. Yep, for sure. Okay, so let's go a whiff. I can smell like it. Just having it sit below me, I can smell it already. So you're getting like a really strong lime, quite tropical. Pineapple, maybe like it's got that sweet tropical like guava or something like that. Some orange, maybe like mandarin. It's like more sort of sweet citrus. It's sweetness or like, yeah, just sweet fruit, big time. Maybe some peach. Like a lot of these style beers, you'll get like some pith, like grapefruit or something like that, but I'm not getting that at all. And then you're getting like this little touch of like pine and grass, and then yeah, I'm getting sort of like that slight dank, weedy vibe. You can just sort of get it in the background. Sort of like tropical juice, just with a touch of like pine and cannabis. Yeah, it smells really good. And yeah, I'd say the malt backbone on this one, she's like white bread, maybe a touch biscuity, but it just seems bready. Cheers, brother. Yep, good old dishwater. I reckon if I took a photo of this one in the sun, Stewie, it'd look really good. Yeah, that's a thing. Yeah, Paul from PA, he puts hashtag epic amounts of pine. It's a thing we should like start on, like play on it and see if it takes off. I've got my Cronulla Sharks hat on. They're like a rugby team in Australia. They were the team I always supported as a kid. And like I've still got a soft spot for them, but unfortunately, a team from my own state, or should I say, fortunately, I'm not sure, but a team from my own state then entered the competition. So it was sort of like I'm not the type of person that would normally change teams, but when it comes to like yeah, your own area and that, it's like, oh, I sort of have to barrack for them now. So I've still got a soft spot for Cronulla, but yeah, I'm a Melbourne Storm fan. But I thought I'll put the Cronulla Sharks hat on because one drops like right in the heart of Sydney, like rugby territory. Plus, they've got Kiwis in the brewery as well. I'm always thinking when it comes to hats and glassware in videos. Yeah, I'll make sure I leave some dude and take a photo because it's a beer I want to sort of yeah put on the social media or whatever down the track. So cheers, Drewy. I was going to come on today, but I ended up having a nap. Just the usual story. I yeah get real tired real easy. Um yeah, I did the one beer review earlier and then just didn't have any more after it. And then I was sitting outside in the sun and then I sort of got the thirst for it again. I'm like, oh, what am I doing? It's like a Sunday arvo. I've got a heap of beer in the fridge. I may as well crack another. And I thought I'll do another bit like live stream. But yeah, I just didn't expect anyone to be around. One thing that does help though is yeah, the going this late now. You guys on the different time zone. It's like changed it up slightly. Yeah. Cheers, dude. Have a good one. We'll have to have a drink again soon. It's been a while. I feel like, yeah, just that our regular, I mean, you're still going at it, but like, say, me and Josh, for example, we sort of haven't been around as much lately, especially Josh. But yeah, he's obviously got other shit going on. Yeah, dude. And good to see you too. Hope you're doing well. So yeah, one job they're out of a suburb in Sydney called Botany. It's like right near the airport, dude. And yeah, it's the can artwork got the hand squeezing. with the face. And yeah, it's called the Squeeze. Double IPA with Phantasm. Phantasm's the whole new like sciencey hop thing where you're using yeah, there's all these different types of like extracts and yeah, like powders and like you're using grape skins and yeah, they're just getting different sort of different ways to put the hops into the boil and even like dry hopping and that. It's very confusing. It's something I need to like look into a bit more. But yeah, there's just so many different like styles. And yeah, there's one called terpenes. Well, I mean, terpenes is a thing anyway, like when it comes to cannabis and that. But yeah, there's a lot of these strains now and they're very weedy. And it like, as I said, I'm not a smoker, but yeah, like I like the cannabis notes that you get in beers sometimes, especially in West Coast. So yeah, it's pretty cool. And it's yeah, double IPA at 8.1%. But yeah, like my camera's shit when it comes to colour, when it comes to like especially this style. It's more of like a bright orange. But yeah, very like hop saturated look. Yeah, it's quite nice. I reckon there's some mango there as well. But yeah, I'm a huge fan of lime. And yeah, this one's very lime forward. I'm not getting that like white grape that you normally get from Nelson, but I have found when it's more of this phantasm like elevated Nelson, you sort of get more like different notes from it. I tend to get like more passion fruit and tropical notes rather than the like white wine characteristics. There may be a touch of berry there, but yeah, so that's one of them. That's like the main when it first started, dude. That's what it was like. Yeah, like a powder from grape skins that added and it elevates both the aroma and like the flavor, but it's more the aroma. But then they've got all these other like different ones now, so like it's quite technical. But yeah, the mega terps, it's like I've had some beers now with the terp ones in, and just like it's like 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 drinking bong water, but in a good way. Oh yeah, cool, dude. Michigan would be a good spot, I reckon. It would get cold, but yeah, bloody oath, they have some good stuff. I don't know what it's like with US breweries. It's probably very similar if they're breweries that are doing quite well and have like good marketing and fair bit of money behind them, they tend to have like people working in different sectors. And some of the breweries here, they're doing so well, they'll have a person that all they do is just artwork for the brewery. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I reckon it'd be unreal if you're like, yeah, like very arty and sort of like marketing driven and social media and that. It'd be a good job to do that sort of thing in a brewery. You'll get a lot of young girls doing that sort of stuff. And it makes it even better if they're actually into beer. It sort of annoys me a bit when you go to breweries these days and it'd be like, oh, so what made you want to start working here? And they're like, oh, I just seen the job come up. And you're like, oh, were you into beer beforehand? No, I didn't really. I didn't really think much of beer. I just started drinking craft beer when I started working here. It's like, oh, like you want to see people working in breweries that actually have a passion for beer. And there's some girls out there that really do. Like in our beer community in Melbourne, some of the girls even just on Untapped, there's girls out there that have got check-ins of 1,000, and they just get right into it. It's awesome. Could be close to that figure, Stewie. Could be up there, mate. So yeah, I've had a smell. I had a little taste. I didn't mean to, but I'm going to do it again. Cheers, boys and girls. Yeah, that's good. Passion fruit, pineapple. As I said, like guava or something. I always get when it comes to tropical fruit, you get sweetness. It's sort of hard to pinpoint what's in there exactly. It's like a guava or a papaya or yeah, one of those type fruits. But yeah, lime's huge. There's a little touch of peach there. Hmm. What's everyone else drinking? I know Mustang said vodka, or might have just said they enjoyed vodka. Joshy boy, if you're still there, are you at your parents or you at home? Where are you, dude? I know Drewy just finished a stream. He was looking tired when he started it. But yeah, I think this afternoon I'm going to go back out in the sun. It's very nice out there. Got to get that summer glow back because it's been shit weather here for so long. Most of us Aussies are a little pale in the skin. Oh, okay, so I've just had a quick look on the back of the can. It's just going over all the different mega, like as in the Phantasm products they've used, all the mega things. But one fruit I do see down the bottom that would be probably the one I'm trying to that I was thinking like I wasn't thinking of, but it would be the one that yeah, it says lychee. I'd say that's the sweet tropical fruit that I'm getting. You're getting the usual suspects like passion fruit, pineapple, mango, but yeah, lychee. Just a fruit you don't really think of. Mandarin, yeah, I got that. Orange and mandarin. Lime. I mean, sometimes though you'll get something completely different to what is like stated in a description. But yeah, got to remember to take a photo of this bad boy. Yeti, if you're still there, brother, what's the current like weather like in Ohio? I last time I was speaking to someone from there was probably Joey a couple of days ago. Joey Edibles. Yeah. Now, one thing I want to do, dude, there's been a few of us talking about it. Just going to like a greengrocer, a fruit shop, whatever you call them, wherever you are, and just picking out a heap of those random fruits that you get in beers that you don't really know much about, just to sort of, I don't know, advance your knowledge a bit, like because you'll have a hazy sometimes, and you'll get all these notes, and you can't really pick out what they are sometimes. See, I love fruit, but I just always seem to go back to the same old things. I don't sort of mix it up. I think that's the beauty of going to like a proper fruit shop as opposed to getting your stuff in supermarkets. They only have sort of limited supply. Hmm. Ooh, that sounds good. I always like ginger for say if I'm getting like run down or I've got like a cold, or there's certain things that I'll go straight for when I'm like feeling a bit fluish. It's like ginger, yeah, any sort of chili. I tend to go for like hot food. It's almost like you sweat it out, like it rips through you. Garlic's always another one. Onion, yeah. So if you can sort of get like a really spicy Thai food, like a Thai curry or something, I always feel that's really good for, yeah, when you're feeling a bit shit. Oh yeah, I love how you've converted it to Celsius. That's good. Yeah, I think today we're like high 20s. I mean, it's not real hot, it's sort of warm, but yeah, it's a lot better than what it has been. We're at that point of the year where we're getting like a few nice days, but then you'll get a couple of days of rain, and the lawns are just like get sick of having to mow the lawn all the time. Yeah, that's cool. So they've sort of got that medicinal quality to them. So yeah, if you have like say one thing I want to do, and I've always wanted to do it. It's sounds weird, but it's sort of like a bucket list thing. Is I want to eat a Carolina Reaper just whole, but I want to do it with some other people. And it's something I thought, oh, it'd be cool. Now I've got a YouTube channel just to do it on here, and like because I'm pretty good with spice, so I feel like it's going to be something I'll struggle with, but I reckon I'll do it a lot better than what other people probably would. Um, yeah, and you just always like, oh, what are you going to sort of have afterwards to help you? Like, obviously, any sort of dairy is meant to be good. Whatever, don't smash the beer afterwards, or it just spreads it. But yeah, something like lychee. I've actually heard some of the one of the best things you can have after you smash a real hot chili is a hot coffee, but like people would just wouldn't think to do that because of the temperature. Like, but yeah, apparently like coffee because of the intensity, the roast of the coffee bean, and like also having milk in it as well. Like I could see why it would help. It's the same when you go to a beer festival. Sometimes they'll have coffee beans there just as like a palate cleanser because it's meant to be one of the best things just to reset your palate. But yeah, when you when you've had a real hot chili, to be the last thing you'd be thinking of stucking into a hot coffee. Oh yeah. Yeah, sometimes I'll get that. I don't know what it is. Like every now and then, you might get that when you go to sleep. Like if you eat something too heavy too late at night, and you wake up during the night, and you get that real uncomfortable sort of reflux sort of thing. Yep. With your travels, with your job, dude, like I'm assuming you've probably been to some very hot places. Like where's the place that you just felt like really uncomfortable and sort of couldn't handle it? Be sort of interesting, especially too when you got a big sea of people nearby. I've been to some huge like festivals when it's been like mid 40, like sort of yeah, like 44, 45 degrees Celsius, which is like probably I think that's around 110 Fahrenheit. That's like your sort of Texas, Mexican sort of weather. Cheers, Shark. Good to see you. This would be a decent time block for you being on the West Coast. When I started it, dude, I thought, oh, there's going to be no one around. The only people that might be watching are maybe like West Coast Americans or Australians. But yeah, I was just sitting out in the sun and it was real nice. And I did the one beer review earlier today. It was like a hoppy pilsner and it was really nice. But after I had it, I just wasn't feeling it and couldn't be bothered drinking more because I sort of had the option to go on Simos or go on miscellaneouses. And yeah, I don't know, I just sort of wasn't feeling it. And then, yeah, after sitting outside for a little while, I was like, ooh, I've got the thirst again. This is the Sharky hat. So yeah, I explained earlier these are a rugby team based in Sydney, and they were the team I always barracked for. But then the NRL grew and turned into more of an Australian wide competition rather than two states. And obviously, Melbourne started a team, so I had to become a Melbourne supporter. And then, yeah, I've still got a soft spot for the Sharks. It's almost like one of those sports where it's probably forgiven for me to have sort of two teams. But yeah, every other sport, it's what one team I barrack for. I'm not a fan of people changing teams in sport, but I think if your area doesn't sort of have a team in a competition, but then all of a sudden they do, I think that's probably the one exception. Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, Florida. Yep. Oh yeah. I've heard Cologne's really good with like rock and metal music. I've actually heard a lot of Germany is like a lot of people have said to me they reckon I'd love it just because of the not only the beer scene but like the rock and metal culture over there. And apparently there's like random dive bars that'll be having live music at like 3 in the morning, and you sort of don't even realise they're there. That sounds like my sort of shit. I'll pour a little more in, but I've got to remember to keep some for the photo. So yeah, I've got quite a few beers coming this week. Online purchases. I've got some Garage Project out of New Zealand, Banks from Melbourne, Mountain Culture west of Sydney, and then I've got a couple of randoms. I've also got some surprise beers. I won't elaborate too much, but from a brewery up in Brisbane, I'm going to do a showcase of a particular like series of beers. It's going to be make for a good video. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I love a bit of creator. Even like Ramstein, some of their stuff I enjoy. But yeah, there's probably shitloads of German metal that I don't know that I would love. I just love Creator because yeah, they're sort of part of that thrash scene that was, yeah, I was a huge fan of. I loved, like, obviously Metallica, Megadeth, Annihilator, Sepultura, yeah, just heaps of those sort of bands. Anthrax, fuck, I forgot to mention Slayer. I love Slayer, but Anthrax, I was never like right into. They might be a band I need to listen to a bit more, but they just sort of had a bit of a different sound, and I could just never get right into them. I'm sure your knowledge of metal's phenomenal. There's so many bloody subgenres of it too, which just makes it insanity. Yep. King Diamond, cool. Would you consider Black Sabbath to be the pioneers of metal? Because it's a discussion you quite often hear about, and I'm just like, I don't know. For me, I just don't see any other band that have like started metal like Sabbath have. You'll get other bands trying to claim that they did, but normally they're bands that have come after Sabbath. And yeah, I've seen Sabbath for their end tour, and it was so good. The Kinks, yeah, boy, yeah, for sure. Just those dark guitar notes and the imagery and that. Hmm. Another thing too is people forget how rad Dio is. Speaking of Dio, I need to listen to some of his stuff a bit more. It's been a while. Holy Dio. Even, yeah, like the rainbow stuff and good shit. I always see a lot of Dio in Bruce Dickinson. I reckon he would have been a big fan. And that's another thing. They reckon Dio was the one that brought that to the scene. Other people try to claim it, but I remember him talking about how he's. I think Dio said his Italian grandmother used to do that to keep the evil spirits away. So then he just started doing it. But yeah, it's been quite a nice beer, this one. Quite a entertaining stream. This is what it's about, the old YouTube. More about the community than the product. On Rod J's latest stream, they had some really good discussion about, yeah, YouTube and how it's more about the people and the community and all that sort of stuff. And yeah, it's totally true. We're all here for like our passion for beer, and but at the end of the day, it's more about the characters and the friendships, and obviously beer brings us together. But Yeah, there'll be particular people, they'll do, I don't know, like they'll bring out a video and they'll have like a beer that I know nothing about and couldn't really give a shit about. So it's sort of beer I know I could probably never get, but I'll still watch it just to see what they're talking about, or like, yeah, give them a bit of banter in the chat, or yeah. And yeah, just met so many good people here. I just can't wait to, yeah, like when I do a bit more traveling and stuff, I just know that I've got plenty of people I can catch up with. It's going to be awesome. And it's funny, I've even met like other Aussie people through, like, I mean, I've met obviously a lot of Aussie beer people through going to events and stuff, but I've met people that do YouTube, whether it be like whiskey and any other stuff but beer. I've met some of them through like mates that I have globally. Like, it's weird how it works. Like the other night, I was hanging out with a guy, Ken from Scotch Down Under. I've hung out with him a few times. And yeah, like, it's good because we can sort of relate to each other, because both being Australian and know the same products and places, and yeah, just a lot of that general life stuff that you can relate to when you're from the same country. And like, yeah, I probably wouldn't have even known about him if it wasn't for some of my like American mates that are into whiskies and stuff. So it's pretty cool how it works. Yeah, for sure. Like, even like watching those videos, dude, of like you guys doing those karaoke songs, like shit like that. Like, I'm like, fuck, I wish I was there. Like, it would have been so funny. The one where Paul's getting right into like the Halloween shit and that, it's so funny. I could just imagine Paul doing that sort of shit, and then Mallory seems like she's like real sort of theatrical as well. Even Nutmeg. Yeah, good old Fosters. They've sort of brought it back here for, I don't know, it's just here in limited amounts, called Foster's Classic. I've got one here actually. I had one the other day, but yeah, just run of the mill macro beer, about what you'd expect. But yeah, it's just funny how everyone thinks that Foster's is such an Australian thing, and you go into an Australian bottle shop and you can't even find. Yeah. And like, that's the thing, you'd, even though you'd never met in person, you just feel like you'd know 'em. Like, I've got some mates, especially in the UK, in the beer community over there, and I've been like giving them shit in their chats for like probably fucking 10 years. So, like, when you meet in person, it's just going to be like, it's certainly not like being a stranger. Probably go give him a bloody hug and then get him in a headlock or something. Yeah. But yeah, the race is on to see who the first one is that I meet. It's between a couple of people. It's Adam from Mersey Beers, Harry from Blue Nose. So they're both UK based. Um, James from Rampant Line, who's Scottish, lived in Scandinavia, and is now in Southeast Asia. So he at the moment is the closest one to me. Um, he's actually talking about coming to Australia sometime in the next few months. So I think it's mainly down to him and Adam, because I know Adam's definitely coming here sort of mid next year and already planning to sort of catch up. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's just going to be cool actually finally catching up with some people from the community. As far as the Americans go, the only one that sort of talked about possibly coming to Australia for real is Beer Man, because him and his wife have wanted to come here for a while, and they always talked about coming here maybe as like a late honeymoon holiday sort of thing, because they never went on a honeymoon. And yeah, Beer Man's sort of got some family history here, like his dad. He's got a photo of. It's like a photo of his. He always got on with his dad, and he's got a photo of his dad sitting in an airport in. He doesn't know if it's Melbourne or Sydney, and it's like it's sort of the fact that his dad called him and he was in Australia having a beer. It's like Beer Man's always been like, oh, I want to go to Australia just because my dad was here, sort of thing. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, and me and Beer Man have always got on really well. So I think he always feels bad too because he sends out beers to everyone and he can't send them to me and he feels bad about it. But it's like fair enough. Like, too much risk involved trying to send shit all the way across the globe and too expensive in today's world as well. Yeah, exactly. See, I really want to travel, but I live alone and I've got two dogs, and one of them's like at that very, very old stage where I know he sort of doesn't have long to go. So yeah, until he sort of passes, I'm not willing to take the risk and go on a big holiday. Like I even feel bad just leaving him for a weekend. So yeah, I've sort of yeah, it's almost like I'm planning stuff, but just not ready to do it yet. Because I know that yeah, when I do travel either US or UK, heaps of people sort of want to help out and put me up for nights, and yeah, I feel like I'm going to save some money with accommodation and that sort of stuff. It's just getting there, but yeah, I'll end up spending thousands on beer and food. It's like the Dumb and Dumber. What's he say when he's? Oh yeah, he asks the girl where she's from. That's a lovely accent. New Jersey, Austria. Oh well then. I haven't seen that movie for a while. It's a classic. But yeah, wonder if there's anyone doing a panel at the moment. I'm keen to kick on, but yeah, I don't want to do my own shit. I've done two lives today. That's enough for me. Yeah. Yeah, I don't have any ties as far as humans go. It's just the dogs. So, hmm. It's going to be interesting to see how the little one goes when the older one passes, because obviously he's always been there for him. Yeah, no worries. I'll check it out. Please. It's been yeah, it's been a bit of an adventure with the lives lately. I mean, yesterday I was just having one of those days, and yeah, I ended up having a fair few drinks and started ranting a bit. But yeah, it's real. That's what I like about. At least I'm honest with shit. Yeah, just been so quiet lately. Oh shit. Yeah, sorry, Stewie. Yeah, that's the thing, dude. I get carried away with the old chat, and half the time I don't score it till right at the end. So yeah, this beer I would probably say, and I've got some left in the can. I'll take a photo and send it to you, dude, just so you can get a real look at the color. Um, I'd probably say a 4.5 out of 5. It's good, but it's like not quite at that sort of elite level. Um, what would I say is sort of holding it back? Hmm. Like the body, the mouth feel, the appearance was all pretty good. It's probably just like probably something as similar, like as simple as like the hop combination. Like it was nice, but it just didn't like really excite me. You got that touch of like the pine and the dankness as well, which was really good. But yeah, it just when it all came together, it just didn't like I don't know, like really blow me away, rock my socks sort of thing. But 4.5 out of 5 still a decent score. Hmm. And yeah, it's called the Squeeze. Double IPA with Phantasm, 8.1%. One Drop Brewing Co. So yeah, if anyone ever goes to Sydney and they're looking for somewhere to go straight up, just go bang straight to One Drop from the airport. You could pretty much walk there, I reckon. And also around the corner from One Drop is Slow Lane, and they are more of a classic style brewery. They do like a lot of a lot of like German lagers, um, Czech style stuff, even like English. Like they'll do like ESBs and like mids, milds. Like they'll do saison. Yeah, they just do a lot of classic styles. Really good. They do some new stuff as well, but definitely known for their older stuff. And then they'll bust out like Russian Imperials, and they'll have some barrel stuff as well. Just a really good venue, good people as well. I actually had a fella come up to me at a festival recently, and he's like, "Oh, I watch your YouTube videos," and then he said about how he works at Slow Lane, and I'm like, "That's cool." Yeah, yeah, for sure. I always knew it was going to be like sort of that. I knew it was going to be sort of very good, just how good. But yeah, One Drop, yeah, definitely known for their fruit sours. As far as fruit sours go in Australia, these guys are probably number one. They're up there with like, as far as if you were to compare them with American, I would say like Mortalis, Imprint, 450 North, Drecker, like those sort of guys. Actually, I don't really think 450 North are that good. The other three I mentioned are. Um, and yeah, as far as the UK goes, Vault City in Scotland, Stewie, One Drop, it's similar to their stuff. If you ever see a Vault City sour, Stewie, you need to try one. Very nice. So yeah, 4.5. And on that note, I might shoot off because I'm going to go get some more sun. It's very enjoyable out there. I might might have some more beers, but yeah, just out in the sun, not online or anything. But yeah, because it's only afternoon here in Australia, I might even do another like review later on tonight after dinner sort of thing. So most people are probably going to be in bed, but if anyone's around in about 5 hours' time, there might be another review then. So, but yeah, there'll be plenty coming up during the week because I've got heaps of beers to come. So, thanks everyone for chiming in. It's been enjoyable. Cheers, guys, and we'll see you on the next.